Thank you for joining. We're going to get started momentarily. We're just testing the audio. 1 second, please. Thank you again for joining. Just testing the audio. Okay, it looks like our audio is working. So we've got a nice turnout. Happy New Year to everybody. Okay, great. So let's get started. We're going to be going over opening up an account at TD Ameritrade for your solo 401k in today's session. As always, please like this video and subscribe so you'll get notifications of our future webinars. Please ask questions in the comments and we will answer them here during this session. So again, the session is about opening a solo 401k account at TD Ameritrade. So it's important to remember as a foundation that My Solo 401k Financial, our company, we are the plan provider. So we don't hold your money. We don't make investment decisions for you. We don't give investment advice, but we provide all the ongoing support to establish the plan. So we have an IRS approved plan that's going to allow you to open up the account wherever you want. That could be at the, at the bank or the brokerage of your choice. So you as the trustee have access to that account. So a lot of our customers want to have their account at a brokerage, specifically TD Ameritrade. So as part of our services, we prepare all the paperwork that TD requires to open up a free brokerage account in the name of the solo 401k for your benefit, or multiple accounts. Like if you've got multiple participants, say a husband and wife, and that account at TD Ameritrade is going to come with checkbook control. So you've got the account provider, which is TD. I mean, we are the plan provider. We don't provide the account, we provide the plan. And then it's your business. You are the trustee. So please note that this is not a solo 401k provided by TD Ameritrade. That TD Ameritrade also offers their own solo 401k. We have a video on our website and a lot of content talking about the difference between a solo 401k provided by TD and one provided by us. That's a situation where they are the plan provider and they're also the account provider. TD will also open up an account, a brokerage account, for a third-party plan like our plan. So in that situation with this, I should say in this situation, TD Ameritrade is going to just custody the cash. They're just going to custody the cash, not the alternative investments. So because the account is governed by our IRS approved plan document, which allows for investing in alternative investments, like say a note or real estate. If you buy a piece of real estate inside your solo 401k, which you can do with our plan because our IRS approved documents allows you to do so, you're not going to turn over the title to TD. You are the trustee, so you hold on to those account documents. But of course, TD holds on to the cash. If you're invested in equities, like say you have money invested in the stock market or in a mutual fund, TD as the brokerage is the custody of those types of traditional investments. But the alternative investments are held by you as the trustee. So you as the trustee, you're the one that has access to the account. You have signing authority. You are in total control. Now, as far as the compliance support, we provide the compliance support. So, for example, let's say that the value of the account goes above $250,000. So now you've got a 5500 EZ filing requirement. TD is not going to prepare that 5500 EZ. We are. Let's say that you have, let's say you want to take a loan. So TD is not going to prepare the required loan documents. You just have to let us know and we'll prepare the required loan documents. If you want, you could borrow up to 50% of the balance, not to exceed $50,000. So Let's say you want to transfer money out of the account. So you have a 1099-R reporting requirement. TD is not going to handle that. We do. You just have to let us know, and then we'll prepare the 1099-R as part of our service for no additional charge. And I see we've got a question here. So that's a great question. If you have sub accounts like tax deferred and after tax or Roth, can they open multiple accounts? They most certainly can. So that would be a situation, for example, where you're trying to take advantage of the Mega Backdoor Roth and the ability to contribute and maximize money going into your Roth sub account. So we've got a lot of great content on our website about how to do that. But that's going to require that you have multiple sub accounts. So you might have a pre-tax account. Certainly you're going to have a Roth account because you're making Mega Backdoor Roth contributions, and an after-tax sub account, because the way that you're technically able to contribute more than $19,500 or $26,000 if you're 50 or older is you're taking advantage of the higher contribution limits for after-tax contributions. You can go up to the overall limit, which is $57,000 if you're still making 2020 contributions, or $58,000 for 2021. So under that setup, you're going to need multiple sub accounts. So you would need one account in the name of the plan for your benefit for after-tax funds, one account in the name of the plan for your benefit for Roth funds at TD. And then if you have pre-tax funds also, because you're making pre-tax contributions or you want to roll over money from a pre-existing pre-tax account, that would go into the pre-tax sub account. So that would be a third account. And so we would prepare as part of our service all of the paperwork that TD requires to open up those three accounts. And then if you have, say, multiple participants, let's say you've got a husband and wife and they each wants to make Mega Backdoor Roth contributions, plus they want to roll over money from a pre-tax account. So that's going to require 6 accounts at TD. And TD will most certainly open up all those 6 accounts underneath the name of the plan and the EIN number for the plan. So that's a great question. Thank you so much for asking that. And please, that's a good reminder. Don't hesitate to ask questions. We'll go through these as we go through the slides here. So as far as the features of the TD account setup for our customers, number one, it comes with checkbook control. And why is that important? Alternative investments, also funding participant loans, because that gives you, as the trustee, control over money in the account. So if you want to lend money to someone in your network who's maybe flipping homes, and so you want to invest in a promissory note where they're going to promise to pay back your solo 401k, you can simply write a check out of that account to fund that investment. Wires, you can also, if you need to, let's say you're investing in a private placement and the investment provider requires that you wire money to fund your private placement investment, you can wire money out of that TD account. Alternative investments, again, TD's role is just to provide the account. So the account and what you can do with it is governed by the plan documents. So we are the IRS approved plan document provider, and our plan allows for investing in alternative investments. So you can have it all. You can have the traditional brokerage account, but also have the alternative investments. So that's where this slide again emphasizes that equities, you can invest in stocks, mutual funds, index funds, ETFs, stock options. For example, TD allows for stock options, participant loans. So that's where you can borrow up to 50% of the balance. Let's say you have a husband and wife, they're both realtors, self-employed, no full-time W-2 employees working in their business. They set up a solo 401k. They each have accounts at TD. They roll over money from their pre-existing former employer plan accounts. So each person could borrow up to 50% of their respective balance, not to exceed $50,000. That has to be documented though, in order to satisfy the 401k participant loan rules. So we prepare those documents within same day or 24 business hours. All you have to do is fund it by writing a check or wire money to your personal account, and then pay it back according to the payment schedule. So the payment schedule is going to be monthly or quarterly payments, equal payments of principal and interest, with the payments spread over a 5-year term. Or it could be longer if you want to use the money to buy your primary residence. like we talked about with the good question, and I see we've got another good question. I'll answer that in 1 second. So pre-tax, Roth, and voluntary after tax. So that's where you're trying to take advantage of the Mega Backdoor Roth. Again, you can read about that on our website. We have a lot of great videos as well. But you need those different sub accounts in order to satisfy the technical rules. And so TD is great because they accommodate that. You are the trustee, so only you can process investments. We never have access to your account. So we provide the ongoing compliance support so you can focus on making your investments, but we're not going to have access to your money. So we don't make money based off of what you're invested in. We're just providing the support under our flat fee structure. And of course, part of that's going to be required plan updates. There's a major update on the horizon, and there's always going to be updates periodically. So that's very important just to keep your plan in compliance, and we take care of that automatically. So before we talk about fees, let's field some of these good questions. Thank you so much, and please don't hesitate to ask more. So no, TD Ameritrade does not provide debit or Visa cards. The brokerage firms where our clients have accounts, you've got TD, Fidelity, Schwab, just to name a few, in the past used to issue debit cards, and some of the applications still refer to that, but they don't do that anymore. And so if you want to have a debit card or a Visa card, you need to have a bank account. And so you can have both a bank account and a brokerage account for your solo 401k. And you can move money between the accounts. Let's say you have a TD account and you've also got an account at your local bank. So you could transfer money from your pre-tax, say, sub-account at TD over to your pre-tax sub-account at the bank. Then if you need to access the money via a debit card, let's say you have an expense related to your real estate investment, you can pay for that expense out of the debit card associated with your pre-tax bank account in the name of your solo 401k. And a couple more good questions here. Any benefit to open with TD compared to Schwab? Does the merger affect anything? So it'll probably be a while. I would be surprised if it's even this year in 2021 that there's any changes. Those always take a while to implement. As far as the benefit to open with TD compared to Schwab, really they're very comparable in terms of the account setup. Of course, sometimes you have certain funds that you have to have an account at that brokerage to invest in that specific fund. So that's a situation where a client might say, hey, I want to have it at Schwab because of this particular investment. As far as funding the account electronically, based on our experience, let's say you want to make contributions electronically. It's based on our customer feedback and experience. Schwab and TD are pretty comparable on that front. It's not that easy, to be frank, unless you have a brokerage account at TD that's in your name, then you could fund it from that brokerage account for purposes of making contributions. So if you're looking to make electronic contributions outside of the brokerage, based on our experience, Fidelity's has a more streamlined process to be able to ACH money from an outside account. As far as other benefits, I would say the other thing to consider would be, along the same line as investments, would be the options feature. So that's where some of the brokerage firms distinguish themselves. We see more clients that are looking to use TD for options purposes. And then, of course, a lot of people, it comes down to just familiarity, right? They might have the experience with the layout of the website, with, just how to get things done. And so they don't want to have to learn a new website and a new process. So then we got another question here. Hopefully that helps. Thank you for that question. So we've got another great question. What's the difference between Roth and after-tax contributions? Do we need different accounts for each? Good question. So that's really more of a Mega Backdoor Roth question. So we can address it quickly. And then I would add, and we'll go ahead and post a link to our Mega Backdoor Roth resources, so you can read more about it. But those are different types of contributions subject to different limits. And that's how you're effectively able to contribute more ultimately into the Roth account. So the Roth contribution limit is really the employee limit, which is $19,500, or 100% of your self-employment compensation, whatever is less. The after-tax limit is higher. It's 100% of your compensation limit up to the overall limit, reduced by any other employee or employer contributions that you made to the plan. So let's say that you are an S corporation, you have $100,000 of W-2 wages that you get from your S corporation. Let's say that you're under 50. Let's say that you're trying to make 2020 contributions, or 2021, let's say. You don't make any contributions to another 401k plan like through a day job, and you only want to contribute Roth money via the Mega Backdoor Roth. So you could contribute 100% of your wages up to $19,500 as a Roth contribution, which would go into a separate Roth sub-account. Under the rules, to your second part of your question, they have to be in separate sub-accounts. And then you could do the difference up to the overall limit, which for 2021 is $58,000. So that's going to be, if my math is right, about $28,500. So I might have messed up in the math there, but $38,500 actually. So into the after-tax sub-account, and then you can move it from the after-tax sub-account to the Roth sub-account, so that at the end of the day, you have $58,000 in your Roth sub-account. And that's going to be a reportable event to move it from the after-tax account to the Roth account. So we would handle that reporting as part of our services to issue the 1099-R by the following first part of the following year. So let's get back to the slides. In the meantime, don't hesitate to ask more questions. So as far as TD Ameritrade fees, my solo 401k financial fees, TD Ameritrade offers free online trading. They have a wire fee if you want to wire money out of the account, like in our example where we're funding a private placement investment, or say we're wiring money to fund a 401k participant loan. Our fees, we have an initial setup fee of $550, which comprises a $425 establishment fee plus $125 annual fee. So that's going to cover everything to establish the plan. So the plan documents, rolling over money, these account setup forms, plus the first 12 months of ongoing compliance support. Let's say you want to take a 401k participant loan right away, right? Going forward, and that's for multiple participants, that if, let's say if you have 100 or a husband and wife both participating in the same plan, it's one plan, one fee. We also charge an ongoing fee of $125 that would start on the anniversary date. So you would receive an invoice on the anniversary date in your email where you could pay that $125 fee, which will cover the second year. So let's keep going. And we come to the end of our slides. So thank you so much for your participation. We have more time if you want to ask more questions. We really appreciate everyone taking time to join. Please, again, like and subscribe, and you'll get notifications of our future webinars. We really appreciate everyone's participation, as I've mentioned, and we can spend more time if there's more questions. We're happy to do that. So good question. Do you, so really the solo 401k is for a business with no full-time W-2 employees. So this setup is not going to cover someone who has a business or even another business under the control group rules with full-time W-2 employees, non-owner employees. Great question. So we have an online application. So we'll include it here. We'll include a link here in the post, but you could just go right to our website, mysolo401k.net, and click on open account. So we will prepare the documents within the same day or 24 business hours and email those to you. So I think that might be all the questions. Thank you again, everyone, for your participation, and we look forward until next time. Thank you.